Today we're transforming my disgusting basement into a beautiful grow room without breaking the bank. Last year, I grew all my cut flower seedlings in this dark, dreary, and dank boiler room. This room has become the dumping ground for broken snowblowers, wheelless scooters, and 1970s dryers that are too heavy to get up the stairs. The air quality in this area is bad, the one and only pool light is broken, and it reeks of cat litter and, frankly, bad memories. Now, I contemplated leaving my grow rack on this side of the basement, but since my gardening goal for the year is happy and healthy 2026, I wanted to start the season off on the right foot by relocating my growing area to the laundry room and giving myself a happier and healthier place to grow my seedlings. My goal isn't to transform this space into a Pinterest-worthy image or to take on an expensive renovation. Instead, my goal is to use what I already have in order to create a place that's clean, bright, functional, and joyful for under $200. After all, pretty grow rooms and ugly grow rooms grow the same plants. And all you really need to grow seedlings inside is seeds, water, potting soil, a shop light, and something to hang that shop light on. I'm starting this project by cleaning and organizing the entire basement. We live in a simple home that was built in 1947, and our basement is divided into 3 sections. This is the storage area where the boiler, oil tank, and other utilities are housed. My husband has a game room on the other side of this makeshift wall, and I have a small laundry area behind the gaming area. I'll never forget the first time that I walked into this basement and realized that the previous owner had cut all the utility wires. The internet, cable, and electrical wires all had been vandalized or purposefully cut for reasons that are still unknown to me. Now, it's our understanding that the previous owner never used the heat, and I recall walking by the house before we purchased it and seeing stacks of hay bales all around the house. I didn't know what was going on at the time, but I now suspect that he was probably using that hay for insulation. All that to say, most of our money has been used for fixing the wiring, plumbing, or heating, and worrying about the aesthetic of the basement has been the very last priority on our list. Earlier in this video, I checked all of my old seedling trays for signs of wear and tear. I'm going to keep the majority of my old trays, but I will be heading over to my favorite local seed store in this video, Rohrer Seed and Supply, for a few more trays, cells, and seed starting mix. Now, many years ago, I purchased a simple wire rack from Target, and that's what I use to hang my shop lights from. It's a 4-foot long rack that cost me about $50. You can get these racks at any big box store. I use 4-foot fluorescent shop lights with 1 warm and 1 cool T5 bulb in each fixture. I can fit 2 lights on each shelf and 4 trays of seedlings on each shelf as well. Prior to owning this rack, I suspended shop lights from my daughter's old metal crib mattress spring. I placed the metal spring between 2 built-in bookcases that flank our front door. I hung 2 shop lights from that bed spring and placed my seedling trays on a broken TV stand below. Why in the world did I create a crazy-looking seedling barricade in our front entrance? Because it was free, and it worked. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because I want to encourage you that you can grow cut flowers from whatever you already have around your house. If you have a shop light and something to hang that shop light from, you can grow your own cut flower seedlings. This year, I'm investing in some new trays and one new light. But you don't even need trays and plastic cells. You can grow seedlings in toilet paper rolls, gutter pipes, or homemade newspaper seedling cells. You can get creative and hang shop lights from curtain rods, old pipes, two ladders, old furniture. You get my point. The possibilities are endless. What's the most creative lighting system that you've ever seen or created? Now it's the next day, and we're over in my laundry room. This is a small but clean space that will be perfect for seed starting this year. It's a little bit brighter over in this area, and the air is much cleaner. I'm putting a piece of wood on top of my wire grow rack so that when I fill my cells with soil, I won't get the shop lights below all dirty. I wanted to add additional lighting to this area, so I added two lamps that I found on clearance at Kirkland's a few weeks ago. I'm hoping to add even more lights to this room later on. As I've gotten older, I've become more aware of how I desperately need as much light as possible to stay positive during the winter months. In the winter, when it's cold, dreary, and dark outside, sometimes I can feel a little dark inside too. And I've noticed that the more light that I can get into a space, the better I feel inside. There are two small windows in this room that are currently covered with insulation, but it's been too cold to remove that insulation this winter, so bringing in as much artificial light as possible is a must until I can open those windows again. I saw that Jung's Seed carried a tabletop grow light, and I wanted to try that out this year. The assembly for this product was quick and straightforward. I had the entire product assembled and working within 5 minutes. I've always used S-hooks and chains to hang my shop lights, so it was fun to try a different kind of light that utilizes a pulley system which locks into place depending on how high or low you want the light to be. I also appreciated that this light did have a 12 and 16-hour timer built into it. Next, I cleaned off the folding table that was on the other side of the basement and decided to create a cozy nook where I could sit and start my Snapdragon seeds. I'm doing some seed starting mix trials this year, and I'm excited to share the results with you in a few months. What's your preferred potting soil or seed starting mix to use when starting seeds indoors? I've always preferred potting soil over seed starting mix, but I've never done a proper side-by-side comparison. Now, a fun bonus to putting your grow room in your laundry room is that when you're done gardening for the day, you can simply stick your gloves right in the washing machine next to you. Then you can grab your water mister to clean up your mess. Well, friends, thanks so much for watching this video where I try my best to transform my disgusting basement into a beautiful grow room without breaking the bank. I would love to hear all about your seed starting setups, and I can't wait to grow healthy and happy plants with you in 2026. Bye, friends.